Welcome to another episode of the Polyglot Paradise. Today we are comparing three languages that are dear to my heart. These three languages have quite a bit of similarity, but they also have differences in different ways. Trust you'll understand what I'm trying to say in just a bit. The three languages we're looking at today are Spanish, Tagalog, and Bisaya. These are three languages I absolutely love to compare with each other. It's super fun, and I kind of don't have anyone to share it with, so I'm sharing with you guys. By the way, I just wanted to preface Bisaya and Tagalog. For those that don't know, these are two languages spoken in the Philippines. Tagalog obviously has more native speakers, but Bisaya, or they also say Cebuano, Bisaya, is spoken by millions and millions of Filipino people. So these two languages are great to compare with each other. In the Philippines, people who do speak Bisaya as a native language, a lot of them also speak Tagalog as a native language as well and are bilingual, but it's not the same the other way around. Basically, if you're raised in the Philippines, born and raised, you go to school, you watch TV, you can assume someone speaks Tagalog, right? Bisaya is really the language that's spoken a lot in the south of the Philippines and kind of in the middle of the country as well. The first word we're going to look at is the word for handsome or beautiful, right? In Spanish, we say guapo for a guy and guapa for a girl. Now, the word in Bisaya is the same as it is in Spanish, guapo and guapa. It's the same word. So guapo for a guy and guapa for a girl. Now, this is where it gets interesting. In Tagalog, we also say guapo for a guy. If a guy is handsome, you can say guapo. So in all three languages, Spanish, Tagalog, and Bisaya, the word for handsome is the same, guapo. But in Tagalog, we do not say guapa. When I was younger, I made this mistake. I used to say guapa because my family speaks Bisaya as a native language. So for me, I used to say it all the time. In Tagalog, they say maganda. The word is maganda, to say beautiful for a woman. Maganda. Maganda is also the word that is used for nouns. So magandang umaga, magandang buhay, that's the word that's used. So they don't use guapa. The next word we're going to look at is the word for love. In Spanish, we say amor. Amor. And in Tagalog, we say pag-ibig. Pag-ibig. Are you guys ready for the Bisaya Cebuano version? In Bisaya, we say gugma. Gugma. Amor, pag-ibig, gugma. Honestly, the word gugma, I rarely hear this word in Bisaya. But when you speak Tagalog, pag-ibig is always said. You hear it a lot in movies and shows and any kind of media. But we don't use the word gugma a lot in Bisaya for some reason. Honestly, I don't even know how to say I love you in Bisaya. I know how to say it in Tagalog, but not in Bisaya. The next word is delicious. How do we say delicious in Spanish, Bisaya, and Tagalog? So in Spanish, there are quite a few words in Spanish. If you look in the dictionary, you'll see delicioso. But there are other words as well. You can say bueno, but I personally say rico, riquísimo, que rico, que rico. That's the word for good, like delicious, for food. If you want to say it in Tagalog, it is masarap. Masarap. And in Bisaya, it is. Oh, I had to think about it for just a bit. In Bisaya, it is lami. Lami. And this is something my grandma always says. Oh, lami, lami kaayo. Que rico. In Tagalog, ang sarap. In Bisaya, lami kaayo. Very, very different from each other. Now here's a really interesting one. The word for rice. In Spanish, it is arroz. And what's interesting here is in Spanish, it's always arroz, okay? That is the word for rice. But in Bisaya and Tagalog, these languages, there's a distinction between cooked and uncooked rice. The word is different whether the rice is cooked or not. That is how important rice is. If you want to disappoint a Filipino mother, all you have to do is say the rice is not cooked. The rice is not cooked. Then you will be the one cooked when the rice is not cooked. But there is a distinction between cooked and uncooked rice. Let's start with the uncooked rice. In Tagalog, it's bigas. Bigas. The cooked rice in Tagalog is kanin. Kanin. In Bisaya or Cebuano, the word for uncooked rice is kanon. Kanon. Oh, sorry. Sorry. I messed that up. It is bugas. The word for uncooked rice is bugas. See, even I am getting confused. This is a lot of neurons firing in my brain when I have to switch between Bisaya and Tagalog. I don't know how my parents do this, but they do. The cooked rice in Bisaya is kanon. So my mom, when I was younger, she'll always ask, "Walay kanon? Walay kanon? Wala ka nagluto og kanon?" So that's like kanon is the cooked rice. All right, so let's move on to the word what. Right? So this is a little bit of a language lesson for those who want to learn these languages. This is a very good word to know, the word for what. The Spanish is que. Que? Like in the telenovelas, que? Que? In Tagalog, it's ano? Ano? Ano ba? And in Bisaya, it is unsa? Unsa? Sorry, I can't do it without imitating someone I know. Unsa? Unsa? In all these languages, the word for what is very different. The last word is the word for friend. Okay? The word for friend in Spanish is amigo for a male friend and amiga for a female friend. Now, again, what's super interesting is the similarities between the Cebuano or Bisaya language and Spanish. Because in Bisaya, it's the exact same. We also say amigo and amiga in the same way. Now, in Tagalog, they don't say amigo and amiga. They just have one gender neutral word, which is kaibigan. Kaibigan is the word for friend in Tagalog. So this was one of the words when I was very young. I always messed up when I speak Tagalog, when I try to speak Tagalog. This is one of the words that I had to clean up in my head. In Tagalog, it doesn't matter if it's a male or female friend, it's the same word, kaibigan. And this is a very famous, like, not meme, but it's a very famous line in a Filipino movie. Kaibigan mo lang ako. Kaibigan mo lang ako.
Tatanggap ko lahat dahil kaibigan mo ako eh.
Oh yes, kaibigan mo! Kaibigan mo ako. Kaibigan mo lang ako.
And that's all I ever
This is the very famous line in this classic like Filipino movie where I'm only a friend to you. This is like when you're entering deep into the friend zone, but you have feelings and you're just still in the friend zone. So you say, kaibigan mo lang ako. Kaibigan mo lang ako. You just see me as a friend, nothing else. So there's no label. I know I'm going to stop before I trigger some. I'm going to stop talking before I trigger some folks. You know, because this brings up some memories, some repressed memories, you know, someone. So anyways, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys like this mini language comparison. There will be more to come in the future within these three languages. So stick around.